So again, I thought my whole life I had this disease. Then one day, while I was one of the TGIMs that I heard from you, E literally said, ADHD is not a disease. It's a gift from God to be able to outwork everybody around you if you learn how to use it. That was the day I went on Google Scholar. How do I control my ADHD without medications? I found the European French method of how they treat ADHD. Bro, they don't even talk about medication until you do everything else first.
What do they do?
Change your diet.
Secret to Success podcast, baby.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Karl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got Dr. King in the building. Dr. King, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm great. I'm in paradise, brother.
Oh, bro, who you
Come
telling?
on. I'm in
That's
paradise.
As soon as we finish this, we about to get in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Take me to the
come on.
Come on.
Come
Take
on.
me to the Douglas, how you feeling, man?
I feel good, bro. I feel good.
Now, last time we did a pod.
Oh, come on. Stop this.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
These youngsters don't know about that, dog.
Last time we did a pod, it was about 90 with the heat blazing. Nah, this is the San Diego
Yeah.
that you
I was
know.
promised.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To my left, man, this man needs no introduction. I'll start by this. You ever see,
Mr. Lunge.
you know, in church when they just smack you in the head and
Yeah.
you fall out and you heal?
Yeah.
This is the physical version, not
Yeah.
the spiritual. The physical.
I think Marla
If he
let him
touch
smack
you-
you. I think Marla let Gersh
He
smack
Gersh
you.
can smack.
Oh,
CJ
listen.
can't smack.
Yeah, but Gersh can
can
smack.
Listen,
Gersh can put his
the
hands
man
on
is
it.
a healer. Okay,
Yeah.
you just if you could be in a wheelchair, Gersh get you
Yo,
back
gonna be
up
walking.
and running
You gonna be
miles.
walking.
My brother Gersh is in the building. Round of applause for Gersh.
Yeah.
Man, good to have you, brother. How you feeling?
Man, first off, I just want to say thank you guys
Yeah.
for everything that you guys have done, especially with this podcast. If it wasn't for this podcast and me hanging out with you guys every Thursday,
Come on.
when I was first graduated and I was working and I was grinding,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for me hanging out with you guys every Thursday, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at now.
And now you're a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
Gersh,
blessed and grateful, man.
Bro, Gersh, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't even know, like everybody probably got their own Gersh story, but I remember Gersh ran up to me at one of Toby's early concerts. And he was like, yo, CJ, man, I listened to the podcast, E.T., I'm on all of that. And I was like, who is this little Asian man? You know what I'm saying? Just running up on me with all this energy. And he was like, yo, if you ever need anything, he's like, you know, I do physical therapy and, you know, whatever. Yeah, I know as I approached my 30s, I had a bunch of injuries and ailments. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. And, man, let me say something, bro. Just my dad, my mom, like my mom ain't even with all of that. And she heard about the Gersh hype,
Oh, no
and
doubt.
Gersh laid hands on her. And so, man, it's incredible, man, to have, you know, Gersh use his gift.
Yeah.
It really is. And so, anyway, man, just glad you're here. I want to, you know, bring you in on this conversation. I got a good convo, but first we're gonna catch up. Douglas, how you feeling, man?
I feel good. You forgot the Carl.
Did Carl?
Oh, you said Bayesian sensation.
Oh yeah, no. Come on.
the
I thought,
regular.
but he didn't ask. You know, you going through everybody. How y'all
Well, no,
doing?
I usually start with Carl, but you know, you was over there yawning, so I wanted to, you know what I'm saying,
Get you
I wanted to tag
engaged.
you in early. You know, we try to wait till the sun went down. It's 6:50 now. You know, Douglas.
Bro,
It's our bedtime. It's our
I'm about to
bedtime.
say,
It's
I
getting
figured I'd
It's 10
tag you in early.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, in our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I already said it, Ma. I feel good all over.
Yeah.
Man, I feel good, man. This is you know, this is it's just a blessing, man. You know, Ma talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people have sight, you know, but vision is not something that everybody operates from.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever I'm here,
Yeah.
it's vision. And it's also, it's like, wow, we shouldn't have any fear. And sometimes we have fear because it's like instead of speaking what we seek, Mignon, we speak what we see.
Yeah.
And so when I was first on this land, Ma, and none of those houses was there, Ma.
Yep.
None of that stuff that you see, none of those houses right there. It was nothing down there, Ma.
Yeah.
And, they told me, one, there was no properties. And I was like, man, God, this is where you told me to be. So I'm not going to listen to them.
Yeah.
Like, this where you told me to be. So it's weird that they telling me ain't no houses, but you told me that this is my property.
Yep.
And I was right here, Ma. And like I said, it wasn't all the cribs wasn't up there. And I was standing right here. And the scripture that he gave me is I would look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord. Like, he like, you on these hills. Like, son, you going to be praying from these hills.
Yeah.
So you good. This is yours. And I was like, oh, okay, God. But the owners are saying, it's not mine. Okay, cool. It's mine. And so man, once we got that done, then as we supposed to move in, closing week, nobody called me. And then I called them and it was like, oh, I'm sorry. You can't get the property. Like, we can't give you the loan. I'm like, you can't give me the loan. I got money in the bank. It's like, yeah, but COVID hit. It look like you ain't taking no check. I'm like, no, I'm not. But my staff still getting checks. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, God, they're going to punish me because I'm sacrificing? Like, God, this don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? And God was like, oh, no. Who shall believe in the report of the Lord? What did I tell you? I tell you, that's your land, son. That's your house. That's yours. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. So every time I'm here, I think of one, wow, God, you rode everybody and what they said and what they, whatever. You really do look after your own, and sometimes there are people who are big, they big, bro. You dealing with people sometimes that's got a little authority, got a little juice on earth. Yeah. And God's like, no. That juice is so limited, son. I'm good. I'll take care of it. So just being here, see us being here, I talked about it on the last podcast, being in Michigan State, having the dreams and goals of doing this is here. That court, when I see that court, man, like.
They did that the other day. When I grow up, dog. When I grow up, hey, can I actually? I gotta take my shoes off?
That's so nice.
Where the ball? Stop.
Oh, we left.
Wow. Come on.
Look at this. Why it's gotta be Bulls colors?
You know what I'm saying? He knows what's up.
Wow.
That's the thing. Of course, the prayer spot down there, and looking, seeing the hills, all the houses on the hills. It's especially gorgeous during the holiday season. Like, everybody got lights on there. It's just gorgeous. But looking at that.
You rich when you got lights on the back of your crib. You know what I'm saying? Brad trying to light up. Yeah, you just like
in the back of the house.
Throw it on the back of the house. Can't nobody see that from the street. Yeah. You like, Merry Christmas to us.
Yeah, right. Everybody in the back to see it.
That's what I said.
So looking at the logo and all of the enhanced, that's not even probably a third of the people.
Although Toby was pointing out, I had your back, honestly.
Right.
Toby was like, okay, yeah, I definitely got prime placement over Maul. I said, yeah, but Maul got 2. You know what I'm saying? I said, come on. Maul got 2. And if you count S2S, you really got 3. You got 1. So I don't know how Chuku got his up there.
No, we looking because I know he influenced moving past potential.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, past potential.
APOC, come on.
Oh yeah.
APOC.
Jalen up there.
Yeah.
Jalen, he definitely impact Jalen.
Come on, man. Yeah. Wow. BU, one of our first students.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, one of our first students. Mom was like, I'm in there, I don't even know what I do. I just
kind of way Harbor Solar
still never got my t-shirt.
Yeah, come on.
Harbor Solar got something to do with it.
Deeper than the brand, him and Carl.
Everything. Hey, Thomas and Thomas, my middle name, Thomas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So it's really Maul. It's really Maul.
Yeah.
APOC, I did. I preached a couple times.
And,
that's what I said.
And you probably spent more money on any of our products, so the grind gear in the middle.
For sure.
The grind gear in the middle.
Without I prayed for this. To this day.
What else you pray for? What else you pray for?
Smack you in the face.
No, but hey, man, I do got to say, bro, I do got to give you your props, man. From one real estate investor, man. And also, I seen something, man. And of course, people, they just see this, right? They see the finished product. But I really appreciate you bringing me in on the
rebar.
vision.
Yeah.
On the rebar. When it was just words. And I
Yeah.
appreciated that more.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
you kind of see what I talk about when I say
Absolutely.
how when you're going through the vision, how it kind of means more than even the realization of it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have no evidence of it. Your faith is all the evidence that you actually have.
Yeah.
And to hear you actually talk about it in a way of, and I don't know if you had to do it before, and you maybe did in other areas of your life, but not real estate. And for something that wasn't here, it wasn't created. And I saw you go from the beginning, bro, when you and Didi was picking out bricks and remember in the
that's
front,
right.
and y'all
Yeah.
was doing all of that. Then once the house got finished, you came out here in the backyard and it was nothing but sand.
Yeah.
And you was like, yo, Ma, I want to put this here, I want to put that. And you created the vision, bro. And then now, you literally changed what we see. We sitting in what used to be dirt just several months ago. And now, look at it, bro. It's just beautiful, bro. And that's what I love about real estate, and that's what I love about vision, is that you just change what people see. We in the same spot. We just changing what people see.
That's
dog.
good. That's good, Ma.
That's what you
good.
do. So if you could do that with this house,
Yeah.
can't you do it with yourself?
Yeah.
Can't you
Okay.
change what people see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good, Ma.
But iron does sharpen iron. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for you,
Yeah.
it would have been a tough to
no
say that
question.
if they would have reached this
Oh,
vision
no
that
question.
they created.
But
right?
it's exposure, bro.
Exposure.
If it wasn't for
Yeah.
exposure, I wouldn't be speaking. I wouldn't, you know.
1,000%.
So I mean, exposure go both ways.
Yeah.
1,000% two-way street.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found love.
He's singing out here.
So
Talk
no,
about
but it's
it.
just an honor, man, to see my name, bro. Even if I didn't have that there, just
All
to
right,
be,
so
bro.
it's 4 members of the pod and 2 basketball courts. So we, so I gotta. I don't know where. I'm gonna give me a little Nerf boy for the basement. Put my little logo. Put a Q on that.
Right.
Put a Q on that house. Just run.
Vision.
But one of these days, you know what I'm saying, I give me a hoop court. Speaking of exposure, crazy. This don't have nothing to do with nothing, but I was just thinking about what you were talking about. I was on a plane today, dude was talking about his daughter, and he the dude I told you had all the land and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like crazy paper. But anyway, he was like, yeah, no, my daughter, she's 18, and his best friend is like a what you call radio, I don't know, doctor. And he was just talking about how his daughter, the whole summer, going into college, spent just like shadowing this doctor, like every day, learning all the lingo, all the you know. And I was just like, dang, you talk about exposure.
Yeah.
Baby girl want to be a doctor, and now you just literally, he was like 3 days a week the whole summer. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, she just was in there, surgery type stuff, just crazy. And I was like, wow. I'm like, oh, that type of exposure. And that's why you have to get yourself to that next level. And like we talked about with the relationships, get around those relationships. Now, I was thinking about it, and I was like, yo, I know a lot of people like, y'all don't got that kind of whatever. And it's really crazy. Like, so I was watching this show, Gersh, and I don't know if you've seen on Netflix, they had this show, I think it was called Unlocked or something like that. You know how they had lockdown shows, like the prison shows? I love them. I love them. Like, that's my thing. Well, this one really caught my eye because it was on Netflix, but it was about the warden was like, yo, you know what? Y'all right. Y'all shouldn't be on lockdown like this. We're going to open up the cells
Oh,
and
I
y'all
saw
do
that
your
preview.
thing.
Whatever happened, happened.
You saw it?
I saw the preview. I didn't see
bruh.
the show.
Yeah, he was like, hey, y'all, if y'all wild out,
Yup.
you'll go on lockdown, and if y'all can really conduct yourselves, you can, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we got the heater on? Yeah, I don't need the heater. Yeah.
Oh, that's what just
Oh,
happened?
no. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got this kind of house. my house make regular noises. You know what I'm saying? No, don't worry about it. Yeah. So anyway, this prison, that he just decided to let him go or whatever, right? And so these dudes got in trouble. But, bruh, and I've seen other shows too, maybe more. I don't know if you ever worked in the lockup.
I did.
But
That's all I worked in lockup
Oh, you did?
for a period of time.
Oh, for real?
You know, we got our own jail cell inside of.
Bruh, let me tell you
It
something.
looked like it was going on.
Let me tell you something. What we got? All right, if y'all just watching, we had a big noise behind me. I thought it was the mountain lion. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about mountain lions at dinner. I got nervous. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so here's where I'm getting at, right? These dudes, of course, they in prison, so they locked up. But when I tell you the best resource is resourcefulness, these dudes making beer, wine, spirits. I'm talking about they got fire, they got knives, they got, it was incredible. Like the ingenuity. And I was like, yo, think about how much more you probably have at your disposal.
Absolutely, bro.
If you were to just say, yo, because it's like we start from a place of lack. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I don't got this, I don't got that, or I can't get this and I can't get that. And I'm watching these dudes who are locked up with nothing but bed sheets, a sink.
Yeah.
And you done came out with beer. I'm talking about homies selling cups.
Right.
Like, yo, hold on, give me common sense. I'm
MacGyver.
like, bruh, I'm talking about they taking like little twine from the back of the book and make, bro. I'm like just filing stuff down, and I'm like, yo, you looking at your life and being like, yo, I only make, 60,000 or 40,000, and I can't. And it's like, yo, I look at it and you think about resourcefulness and what you could actually would do with less. You know what I'm saying? And again, and I wanted y'all to jump in just in terms of, again, I always like to go back to the origins or the roots of like, I always looked at, okay, what do we have? You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like in our circle right now, we sitting in OSS. We ain't got jack. We got a boss that don't like us. We got no bread. We got no motion financially. But listen, we sat in there just like them dudes on Unlocked or whatever. Y'all got all kind of, man, what kind of bugs is these?
Bro, I saw it.
And we sat in there and we created our own, they call it hooch, you know what I'm saying? But we created our own, out of that. And I wanted, y'all to kind of go back and go, okay, this is where I could really, remember us being resourceful.
Yeah, so I want to build off of last podcast. If we feel we are in a place of desperation, we should be resourceful. We shouldn't be, I wanted to use a different word than nickel slick.
Come on.
I want to try to find something. Okay, manipulative.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We shouldn't.
I like nickel slick better.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be manipulative.
All right, y'all, let's talk about a game changer in your daily routine, all right? Organifi. You know how life gets busy, and it's easy to skip out on the most important thing, and that's taking care of yourself. Especially as these days get shorter and colder. Well, Organifi's got your back with products that help you stay on top of your health no matter how packed your schedule is. One of my absolute favorites is Organifi Gold Chocolate. I'm telling you, it's the perfect drink to unwind after a long day. It's packed with superfoods and nutrients to help you relax and sleep better. And get this, recover faster. And here's the kicker, guys. Between September 20th and 22nd, if you buy 2 gold chocolates, you'll get 1 completely free. That's right, stock up on that cozy goodness and get a whole canister on the house. Now, as we head into these colder months, it's not just about relaxation, it's about staying healthy and building up our immune systems. And this is where y'all Organifi's immunity product comes in clutch. It's loaded with all the essentials to keep your defenses up against colds and flu. With superfoods like orange, acerola cherry, and ginger, you're giving your body the boost it needs to fight off whatever the season throws at you. So don't wait, guys. Head over to Organifi.com/success and grab your favorites. Remember, if you get 2 gold chocolates between September 20th and 22nd, you'll get a 3rd one absolutely free. And while you're there, guys, don't forget to check out their immunity product to keep yourself and your loved ones protected as we head into this cold season. So again, Organifi.com/success and use the promo code success to save 20% off your order. So let's talk about what makes a business truly successful. People see grind gear, right? You see these brands out here like Skims, you see Allbirds, right? And they think it's all about the cool products or the brilliant marketing. But what's the actual secret sauce behind these brands? It's the business behind the business. The engine making it all run smoothly for shoppers, and for millions of businesses, that engine is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's home to the #1 checkout system on the planet. And let's not forget about Shop Pay, the game changer that can boost your conversions by up to 50%. That means fewer abandoned carts and way more sales. So if you're serious about growing your business, you need a platform that can sell wherever your customers are, whether they're scrolling online, strolling in your store, or shopping from their feed. If you want to sell more, you need Shopify. And if you're ready to level up like the big brands, get the same checkout system that companies like Skims use. Sign up today for Shopify's $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/secret-to-success, all lowercase. That's shopify.com secret-to-success, all lowercase. Cha-ching! Go to shopify.com secret-to-success and upgrade your selling today.
So in actuality, I do believe that sometimes we are put in a situation that's really a blessing because we don't have, and so now it's not meant for you, again, to get in your feelings. It's meant for you to get into your phenomenal.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like, yo, I gotta bring my phenomenal out, but we get in our feelings instead, and that takes us backwards, or that takes us to, let me rob somebody. Because I remember, you know, being with some of the homies, and it was like, man, we don't got boom boom, and some of the homies was like, yo, let's rob somebody. You know, whether it's like somebody physically on the street rob them, or breaking somebody's house and rob them, or take somebody's car. Like, yo, we gonna go to the mall. It's people that's going there. They should have, you know, people keep money or different stuff in their car, like bust their car. And it's like, yeah, no. That's low hanging fruit. Like you got the idea, you know what I'm saying? But you're not using the greatest idea, which is you. Like you phenomenal. Like you've been born gifted and talented. He said it in the word, bro. He said you were fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, he's like, yo, I made you like phenomenal. And I think sometimes more we go, I'm desperate, so I'm about to go steal something. I'm desperate, I'm about to, it's like, no, I'm desperate. I see Maul got money, so I'm about to charge him double for what, it's like, no. You need to go in your bag and go, yo, I'm a superhero. Like I got superpowers. Which one of my superpowers do I got? And I think for us, the first superpower that we used was our charisma. Like that was the first one. Like C had charisma, I had charisma. So it was like, okay, cool. Let's convince these students that they need to come to this program. It's like he was a promoter. It's like almost like he was a party promoter. You know, but it wasn't no party. But at the same time, it was something that was going to help the university, which could help us. So now you got the newspaper. You got people wanting to interview us. You know, people want to put us on TV. You know, so it was like, I think the very first superpower we had was like, yo, you speak, I speak. You got charisma, I got charisma. All right, Karl can video it. Bro, if you go back to the original advantages, they all on YouTube. You feel me? Like they got cut, they got edited. You didn't see the whole thing. We gave you the pieces that we wanted. So I think for me, that was the first thing. Okay, let me say what the first thing was. The first thing, because it's a spirit, Maul, and when you are manipulative, that's a spirit. Right? And we don't really understand vibrations and frequencies. So low frequency is you're gonna steal, you're gonna rob, you are fearful, and that fear drives you. But what we did was we started with hope and optimism and motivation. Before we even did anything, we was like, yo, we can do this. Do what? We can get a group of kids in the room. We can get kids believing they need to go to school. We can use the students against it. Like, we can use them against them. Like, we can get them to act. We can get them to host. We can get them to help with music. Like, bro, we had Dwayne them. Dwayne had a little sound. Mr. B gave us a sound system. Dwayne was the one doing the sound system. We had kids cutting on the screen. Bro, it was beautiful, bro. I'm gonna be honest. It reminded me, my era, it reminded me of Saturday Night Live. The newer era, living, what is it? Come on, E.
In Living
Color. In Living Color is what it reminded me of. Like,
you said new era, I was like.
Well, I mean, new era in terms of I was Saturday Night Live, and then years later,
in Living Color about 30 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was good.
He didn't hit 50.
Yeah, no, that was their era.
Like the new school stuff in Living Color.
Well, what I meant, new school for them. So that they was more into the Living Color.
Oh, Living Color was crazy.
Yeah, but that's that energy that we was bringing to these college students. So it's like the director, like, bro, we just had so many things in our bag.
We had that Kanye album going crazy.
Make sure you tell them what's going on.
College Dropout, absolutely.
Family
and graduation.
Hey, I was going to say real quick, one of the most important things, E, that you forgot to mention, we stopped the students from going home on the weekends.
Yeah.
Bro, that one thing was affecting their graduation rates because they're going home, they're not feeling connected to the school.
Oh, well, they do. They go a day early.
Right.
So I only got one class on Friday, so I'm going to go Thursday when I get out of class. Then I'm going to come, I only got one on Monday, so I'm going to come back Monday night. It's like it turned into a 4-5 day weekend. But I think that's good. You kind of led me to where I was trying to go, right? And Gersh is here with us, and we're going to talk about this. But what would you say, like, your non-monetary skill sets are. It's like the things that have nothing to do with money. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell y'all something, man. I was watching, like, it's fun now because Trey's at an age where I was telling y'all we could start watching, you know, like a little bit more adult stuff. And, you know what I mean? Like I said, as long as they ain't got no sex in it, I'm like, bro, you done heard some cuss words. You already playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, you know, whooping people. So, you know, we can watch the shoot 'em up stuff, whatever. And we were watching Taken. And I was like, yo, this is like, and I know the line was famous when it came out, but I was watching my man, and Trey had never seen it. So my man said, he picked up, imagine this. Somebody grabbed your daughter. He told, wait, first of all, before that, he told Lil Mama, he said, go in the room, lock the door, get under the bed. You thinking he telling her how to hide. He said, nah, you under the bed? She said, yeah. He said, nah, listen, they about to take you. And Trey was like, whoa. Like, he was tripping, right? He was like, why he say that? Like, and so they came in there, and then, of course, my man walked away like he ain't see her, and Trey was like, oh, thank God. Boom, he grabbed her. And my man, he said, yell out everything you see about him once they grab you, whatever. And then my man grabbed the phone and picked up the phone, was just breathing, and that's where the infamous line comes in, you know.
Set of skills.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you at right now, but I will find you and I will kill you. He's like, I got a particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. And I was like, imagine that. And I don't care, you ain't got to be no assassin. I ain't talking about that. But Gersh got a skill set that has gotten him in rooms and backstages and around celebs and became a celeb. Like, and it didn't have anything to do with money.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and so we put so much emphasis on, let me get the bag, let me get the money, let me get the money. And it's like, yo, you ain't got no particular set of skills. And so Gersh.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
But your desperation.
Well, you haven't developed them.
Yeah, but your desperation is not allowing you to tap
developed
into
them.
them.
Look, how many people we see where you like, yo, my man is like really nice with his hands. Like, dog built the whole, but it's like you don't take it serious. You don't come to appointments on time. You ain't developing. You don't really have a meticulous eye. I told you, my guy Primo, he did my whole basement, finished up, painted. It looked beautiful, bro. I promise you. My man came over the next day. Something about the way the blinds was hitting, the sun came in, and he was like, oh my God. And I was like, what? He was like, you don't see that? I said, what? He was like, it's a streak in the paint. My man repainted the entire basement, bro. I ain't say nothing to him. Matter of fact, I told him I couldn't even see it. But in terms of like, I got a particular set of skills and they not to be compromised. And so, Gersh, I wanted to throw to you. I mean, when I tell y'all he the best, like, it's not like Gersh will go to work for like 5 hours straight. I'm talking about like
Plus. And then some.
okay, exactly.
Keep going,
Okay, yeah. Bro, I'm talking about like, okay, for those of y'all at home, let me make this practical. Your wife ever be like, hey, give me a foot rub.
Yeah.
You got about 6 minutes.
Minutes.
Your hands be about to fall. I done start massaging my own hands.
Yes, sir.
Straight up. Gersh working on middle linebacker NFL 235-pound cats with dead muscle weight for hours.
That's
and
just their
hours.
legs. The 250,
just
the legs.
And look at I don't know if y'all can see the size ratio right here. But Gersh ain't the biggest dude in the world. But talk about what it takes to develop that. And I know you study under Bruce Lee.
Oh,
so,
1000%. We got a lot to talk about Bruce too.
Yeah. I would love to talk about Bruce. But talk to us about like that particular set of skills and the development and honing of mastery.
First off, I'm going to say it this way. One, I focus on impact, not the money. Already that energy is different. If I'm thinking about, oh man, I gotta get this check to pay my bill, I gotta think about this. Well, that, like you said, low frequency. Yeah. You literally, I mean, it's fear, hate and all that stuff. And then a higher up, it's love, joy, gratefulness, gratitude. And then of course, 400 times more than that is enlightenment or authenticity. So what I've learned from each and every one of you guys was, one, be your authentic self. So when I'm emitting that kind of high level frequency, which is 144,000 hertz, then I can.
What do you mean by that?
144,000. So we all have this electromagnetism pulse, right? So our heart has these SA and AV nodes that every time it pumps, it creates an electric magnetic field around us, right? Now, based off the energy that you feel, if you feel hate, scarcity mindset, all that kind of the low energy stuff, your heart energy produces low energy, right? But when you're in love, joy, literally. Yeah, right. We have now been able to like measure the electromagnetic force coming out of a human body. It's crazy. Now, above that,
yours got to be way higher than 144. If the average human at 144, Gersh got to be about 10,000. Gersh come in the room and the frequency go crazy.
Yeah, so I work on my, frequency, which is one, I start by my focus is right with making sure I focus on impact and not the money. Two, I want to be super authentic to who I am. And that's what I learned from all of you. If I'm not myself, especially...
And there was a time when you feel like you weren't.
I 1,000% weren't. I was trying to be somebody else. So I'm a high GC, but I was trying to be a high flight attendant. Because I was a pastor's kid and I was moving to church. I had to reset and make new friends. So as a kid, what do? Be the crazy dude, right? Try to be the life of the party, right? And go bonkers.
Gersh was throwing them ragers at the Christian school. Boy, had that Korean whiskey. Going crazy.
We're doing dumb stuff, I'll say it that way, for sure, at a high level. But that actually drove me to a point of suicide at a certain point, right? Because I was trying to be someone I'm not.
Wow.
Right? Wow. And so that's when I had to start changing some things. And I decided, you know what? I don't know what makes me happy. So I started focusing, going within. Bruce Lee says all knowledge is self-knowledge, right? And so I always look within myself.
Knowledge is self-knowledge.
Right. And so everything I learn about whatever the world is showing, it has to do with me and my relationship to everything else around me, right? So once I figured out I got to search for something that makes me happy, it turns out it wasn't throwing the parties, it wasn't hanging out with friends, it was service, right? So I started doing things I never did before because I didn't want to feel like the way that I did. Like I literally had a knife in my hand and I was like holding it to my wrist and I was like, do I cut this or do I cut my neck, right? And I had to throw it down because like I thought about my grandma and my mom's. I couldn't do it. Right? So that's the day that I ended up changing that
day, like literally that day you
night,
remember it was
that
like,
night, I switched it up. Yeah. I threw that down, I bawled, I cried, talked to God. I was like, yo, what do I do? I'm not happy if I'm alive or not.
This was after college?
No, this is college. Yeah, this was in college.
Yeah.
And then so that's when I did the service, boy, and I literally volunteered 6 days a week in Benton Harbor, in not the nicest neighborhood.
Oh, Benton Harbor, the hood now. You know, I'm from Michigan. Benton Harbor,
it gets pretty hood in certain areas, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I volunteered my time to work at a soup kitchen in Benton Harbor 2 days a week. Then I did 2 days a week.
What did that do to your perspective, like going and serving at a soup kitchen in tough areas?
So it showed me when I look to the left, there are people that I wish I could be. And I look to the right, I see people that want my position more than anything in the world, right? So I need to be grateful for where I'm at. I mean, I need to keep moving forward because it's a lot easier to pick somebody up than push somebody up, right? So I had to really kind of go through that, And so that was a great thing that I did. And then I did, what else did I volunteer? I volunteered at it's called Kids Zone. It's for church for kids in the hood in Benton Harbor. We'd pick them up. I fell into I went to this guy's kid's house one time that we're picking up. And I go inside and the mom tells me to come here. She forgot to tell me there's a big hole in their living room. And 5 foot down, boom, straight on my face. Spider webs all over. I was like, yo, my man lives in this house every day. You know what I mean? And I was like, why am I complaining about my issues? I have a place to sleep in the dorm. I have a blanket. I don't have a hole right here where bugs are coming out of, right? So it allowed me to become more grateful for what I had, right? And then the last 2 days, I was doing volunteer work for teaching kids with disabilities how to ski. I literally taught blind kids, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, every neurologic disorders where they're told, yo, you can't do that. We gave them the opportunity to do that. And I love snowboarding because painting a mountain with your board and being able to express yourself on a snowboard on a mountain that no one else can do the same thing you just did is phenomenal for me. And if these kids want that, they're usually told no. So I wanted to be that person to give him that opportunity. So those 3 things really ultimately led to me finding out, by me serving people, that's what makes me super happy. And I was tired. 6 days a week of volunteering, that ain't easy.
Yeah.
However, it was the most fulfilled I've ever been in my entire life. So I kept that tradition on. Now I got into grad school and things like that. And man, I ended up becoming homeless for 2 months because I couldn't get student loan money. And
We didn't know.
oh man, low key, I was.
You ain't the only one, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the time I was.
Gersh was homeless too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and I was listening to E at that time. Right.
Oh, there it is.
And trust me,
If anybody know how to get out of homelessness,
it's definitely E. You know what I mean? And so what's crazy is I tried to sleep in an abandoned twice, 2 nights in a row. I got bit by bugs. I couldn't do it.
yeah.
Right. And
Where'd you
so
sleep?
what's up?
Where did you sleep to get back?
49th Street. He said it like he knew.
He knows exactly where it was at.
In the
Now,
abandoned building.
it was an abandoned building in
Abandoned.
Michigan, in Berrien Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I was
so
in one too, so I wanted to make sure.
Y'all were next door to each other.
I had bed bugs. I was like, man,
Gersh, you got to catch up.
I got the packet of mustard. Yeah.
I'm good on mustard. Hold on to that.
Yeah, Gersh is a little younger than you.
But during that time, I ended up listening to ET at 4 a.m. and I would start studying after talking to God because E talked to God every morning.
Yep.
So I wanted to build my relationship there. Then I started studying for 3 to 5 hours before school started, starting at 4 in the morning. Then I'll go to class. Then I go to the anatomy lab. And then
3 to 5 hours?
Yeah, every morning.
Studying what?
So
About the Gersh knows, like you can be like I was, we were walking into Target and Gersh was like, give me your arm. It looked like you leaning, like, I remember one time Gersh called me, he was like, why you keep leaning to the right side on the pod? And I was like, huh? He was like, hey, let me check you out. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize, you know what I'm saying? But like, you talk about, listen, I want you to listen to what he's saying because I want you to find something here. The jewel is going, in this podcast that I'm hoping you pull out is that nothing we're going to say takes money to do.
Right.
Matter of fact, we just started with 2 homeless niggas. Gersh is black, by the way. I'm sorry. I know he looks Asian. Hey,
We all from Africa.
and listen, he is single, but he only dates black women. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. His man likes what he likes. You know what I'm saying? He like the chocolate sisters. So, anybody out here, you know, we can run a little dating service on us too.
got Gersh
Jordan, what you
blushing.
like? Jordan, look at Jordan. Jordan like black girls too.
Jordan married.
Oh, he's married. Okay,
Jordan
gotcha.
married.
Okay, never mind. Jordan like his wife. But Gersh, yeah. Are you married to a sister? Okay, it's in the air. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah, come on. I'm serious though. But anyway, continue.
So going back, I was listening to ET. One of the key things, of course, the guru story. I literally put that as my 4 a.m. I had it as 4 alarms in my life. Literally 4 a.m. when I got up. I would listen to it right around 11:30 when I start getting tired before lunch. Then I would listen to it again after classes, which are like 5 p.m. And then I'd watch it right before bed. I did that every single day because of course you wanna succeed as bad as you wanna breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was homeless and like I had nothing, so I was trying to go in. But one of the key things that E always taught me was you gotta outwork the summa cum laude kids. I ain't no genius. My sister, who's a beast, she's a genius.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them. That means I gotta outwork you, right? And so that's where I was studying from 4 a.m., 3 to 5 hours, go to class, teach anatomy for 3 hours in the cadaver labs where I'm doing dissections, right? And I'm teaching the underclassmates, the pre-med, pre-den, speech, nursing kids. I'm pulling out, doing craniectomies, which is pulling out your brains. I'm preserving all the organs, and then I had to clean mold off of the bodies, right? And I would clean 5 bodies every single day, but when I'm cleaning the muscle or the mold off the body, I'm reviewing anatomy, right? And then at nighttime after that, I'd go to evening classes, quick eat. And now I was homeless, right? So I was stealing, right, fruits from farmers. Corn, apple, grapes.
We got 3 things in common.
You was stealing fruit, bro?
Stealing fruit, homeless. And I cleaned cadavers when I was a
That's-
freshman at Oakwood College.
That's
never heard of that.
crazy.
Yeah, we had a biology. I wasn't in the biology department.
Hey, next
but
year
one of the
makes 20
jobs.
years as your right hand man.
I've never heard
have I
that.
heard about your
It was
cleaning
crazy.
cadavers.
Cadavers.
Hey, and it's crazy.
Wow.
No, it,
Taking them out every day.
every day.
and clean them. We had a
Why-
spray that we
wait.
had to
Yeah.
spray that we sprayed
Yeah.
over.
Waiting
What was
on
the
the
spray
funeral?
called? Huh?
No, there's
No,
bodies
just
that donated to.
Yeah,
Donated
donated
to
science.
university.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
donated to
I
university.
didn't know what y'all
Yeah,
was
it's in
talking
the
about.
biology lab.
Yeah.
The kids
Oh,
would
they
do,
just got bodies in there?
Yeah, they really do surgeries. and
They
different
used
things.
frogs when I was in school.
Oh, no.
No, there's a higher level of frogs
Oh,
about
yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
no.
No, these people
Yeah.
literally
Donated.
So I had to go in. You
Yeah.
freeze
How many
it.
times can you cut a body open?
I mean, one, it depends on the storage, and then two, what chemicals you use.
I didn't want
Yeah.
a real answer. That was rhetorical. Look at Gersh. What was the actual?
I used to use a chemical.
Yeah,
What
it's
was
a
the chemical?
phenol. Phenol and formaldehyde. I used the old, well, that's the new version of the formaldehyde that they would switch it up. I had to go to the chem lab. I had the keys.
three things.
I had the keys to do all that. That's crazy that you did that, E.
You're going to get your Dr. Kevorkian.
Hey,
Playing with
my
dead
mom.
bodies.
I got it.
Yeah.
I was the last one. You know when you see people they don't really get it. So when you the last person in class, you know when you come in, you get the worst classes.
Yeah.
And then you get the worst jobs. You feel
Yep,
me? You get the
1000%.
worst jobs. So then nobody want that job. So I was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to be by myself sometime. And so it was a little weird.
Oh,
but I
man.
was like, the other church
Did
was
you
go
talk
back
to him?
home. I don't remember what I did. I know I prayed. I know I prayed.
One time the lights turned off while I was in there. I ran out, I locked the door. I went straight home, locked the door. I don't know what coming out.
We're not playing with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I ended up
brother,
doing
my
that.
agent.
Hey, man, let's go.
My
E. Let's go.
brother,
Yeah.
Agent persuasion. Come on now. We got a lot in common.
And then
Four things. It's
So let me say this: if there's another Didi out there that's interested, we can make
I need
this
a beat.
thing
I need a
really
beat.
crazy. Make it easy. You know what I'm saying? We can make this super crazy. So you're playing with the dead bodies.
Yep, studying, reviewing anatomy.
studying.
Yep,
Okay.
and then after that, I go to the evening classes, and then I would study after a quick dinner of stealing fruits, corn, apple, grapes. Those Concord grapes in Michigan, fire. Phenomenal, right? And the sweet corn too, right?
Yeah.
And so I would eat that super quick, and then I would study until I passed out around like 1 or 2. No alarm clock needed. My passion was crazy.
Wow.
Right? And before I was a night person. See, I literally was sleeping 2, 3 in the morning, and then I would get up super late. But the thing that switched it up was I changed my why, because E told me to look at my why. And I changed my why to these 3 things, and that's, whenever I'm tired, I always think about these 3 whys.
Yep.
One is, does it mean for my mom and my grandma if I become the first doctor in my family? What does it mean to them? The person that they raise and love so much. I'm my granny's number 1.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
sure.
So for her to have a Korean doctor's grandson,
Oh,
you know,
come on.
crazy.
Dream come true.
Yeah,
Dream come true.
for sure. And then
Oh
two,
yeah, y'all both doctors. Come on.
you know what I mean? E, let's go.
Black women.
There you go.
Both of
Dead
y'all.
bodies.
Damn,
Both of y'all well under 6 foot.
Okay, we got 6 then. Stealing fruit, under 6 feet.
Travel friendly, you know what I mean?
And that bulkhead, bro, I'm not crying.
Hey, y'all both wake up.
Maybe in the
Y'all
first
both wake
row,
up
like,
super early.
Yeah.
Twiddling this
Yeah.
up.
Question.
Yeah. So the routine. So
Yeah.
you got your routine. Your passion's waking you, and this is taking you where now? Like you're like, because I want to know, how did you get like to be the nicest on earth at what you do? The studying is important. Hit the whys. You said it. The 3 whys.
Oh,
Your
okay.
Grandma.
Yeah, the first one is
Mom.
grandma and mom if I become the first doctor. The second one was, one piece of information is going to change my patient's life forever. It's my duty to study everything, right? So not only did I, during the week, I had a crazy schedule, literally every day like that, right? 4 a.m. until I pass out. On the weekends though, right? Because I went to a Christian school, the library closes 12 at Friday, maybe 11, right? And then it doesn't reopen until Sunday in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yo, man, I ain't smart. I need to study. So I would drive to Notre Dame, take the bus, really. Take the bus to Notre Dame, and then I would study. Man, I was able to work my way up to 12 to 18 hours a day.
Huh.
And I did that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 40 to 70 hours. And I did that for 4 years. 4 years, putting in that work.
going and studying like
Yeah.
anatomy and just like
Yeah. So my secret sauce. This is for you students here, right? Straight up for me. I read the textbook 3 times. I read the notes 3 times. I listened to the lecture. I'm like, I'm paying for this college class. Yo, I'm gonna record this. Now get permission first, man, and don't be rude, right? And don't post it online. But you record it, and I just listen to it. And if there's any list where like teachers will tell you, yo, this is important, it's gonna be on the test. Write it out 5 to 8 times. I guarantee you're not gonna forget it, right? And so I put in that work, but doing that for one class, now I had like 6, right? Doing that for one class took a good amount of time. So the only way I could do that, get up super early, and then while my buddies my club classmates are partying Friday, Saturday, recovering Sunday, I stacked 60 plus hours on top of them. And I had a kid in my class who had photographic memory. Love him to death, hated he could do that.
Yeah.
But I was competing with him. And at the end of all of that, because of all the work and the contribution to teach the younger classmates, I won the academic awards, not my man with the photographic memory.
Mamba mentality.
He just literally played Call of Duty, lunchtime, nighttime, party on the weekends. But I mean, he would get A's and hundreds on written tests. But when it came to the practical or the application, you ain't beating me because I put in that work. And I understand that to the fullest, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
so I put in the time where I worked the summa cum laude kids. My schedule and routine was super crazy. My why was super strong. What else was there in that mix during that time? I had a attitude that no matter what happens, I was gonna find a way to make it work. So again, being resourceful, 1000%. I had nothing, but I was able to turn nothing into something through hard work and my energy. Now, for me becoming the nicest guy, 3 people I always look up to is Jesus, be like Jesus, right? My man literally would go up to you, be the dopest, kindest dude, think about everything, say 1 or 2 words, life changed, right? But he always thought about the human being first, right? So I always do that. Bruce Lee and the way that he treated and connected with other people, you know, he has this famous...
tell us about Bruce, man. Let's, because I watched the movies, but I didn't study like
the philosophies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I read all the books and all that
tell us
stuff.
like a few, because we always hear, I feel like we hear more about like Kobe and Jordan and, you know, those kind of things. You don't hear a ton of Bruce, like a couple of memes here and there, but like, what was Bruce really on?
Yeah, my era, that's all you saw.
I know, but it kind of died out. You know what I'm saying? Like even Trey, I was like, man, we gotta watch Enter the Dragon. We gotta watch, you know what I mean? Like all of this stuff. But
So Bruce Lee, he actually graduated in philosophy at the University of Washington. Right? He was a big star before he even came here and then blew up here. But his philosophy is who made Bruce Lee him. Like, my favorite quote from him, of course, is going to be, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now, when water is poured into a cup, it becomes a cup. When water is poured into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. So be water, my friends, right? And that in itself was the key thing, that this is how I do relationships. This is how I do physical therapy, and all my stuff that has to do with another person or a human being. That whole quote is about adapting to whatever circumstance or person or patient or client, and providing going to where they are. Now, the beauty of that quote, right, of being water, when water is poured into a teapot, it forms and adapts, but anatomically, never changes who it truly is on the inside.
That's good.
Right? It never changes, but it changes and meets you where you are. Right? And so, like, these type of quotes,
that's crazy.
You know, I got a slew of them, man. You know what I mean?
What about his physical routine too, though? Like, what was this like? Yeah, I know, like, you don't get to be that good, and I'm serious. I want to know about the physical routine too, because you can have all of this knowledge and everything else. Like I said, your endurance, and I'm sure Bruce Lee's endurance, but like Gersh is endurance. Like, bruh, it's been times where you working on me for like 3 hours, and I'm like, dog, I know you got to be tired, and I'm talking about not like y'all would not believe it. You have to like literally experience the Gersh effect to see, but like. He's nonstop. I'm talking about like not taking no water break, not like you know, after 30 minutes it's kind of falling on me. It's going like
the highest level of intensity and care the entire time. But like, I'm sure Bruce had some physical things that he had to do in order for the mind to match the body.
His routine was crazy. He outworked, like workout wise, his own personal exercise 2 to 3 times a day. Teaches. His time management skill was off the chart.
Really?
His documentation of what he did during the workouts, during his stretching time, as well as like reading time, time with his wife. He was so intentional to 15-minute increments. That was his money, like increment time. And so every 15 minutes allotted a specific activity.
Wow.
And I mean, of course, some activities will be more than 15. So he would add a few 15 blocks, right? And so he read philosophy books. Again, he got his master's in philosophy at University of Washington.
I had no clue.
You know, I mean, his first studio, Jeet Kune Do, was up there as well too. The Style of No Style. You know what I mean? Which that is also my way of doing physical therapy. I can be the orthopedic physical therapist or neurophysical therapist, but man, under the great blue sky, there's only one family, man. We all just happen to be a little bit different, right? And that means that the way I treat your back versus Maul's back versus E's back or Carl's back has to be slightly different, you know what I mean? And so we have to, well, with Bruce Lee's routine, going back to his routine, he was so meticulous and journaled every single day and made sure he was consistent. Now, his wife kept him accountable. He also had a circle of high-class kung fu masters that kept him accountable, right? But he didn't let them control the way that he did him because he wanted to be his authentic self. That was the number one thing. And for Bruce, the way that he does martial arts and what he believes is not the way to fight or punch somebody and knock somebody out. He wants you to learn martial arts to truly and honestly express yourself with no limitations to who you authentically are. You know? And so that's what allowed him the frequency to be able to attract these high-level movie stars and all this stuff. Now, going back to me having forever energy, like,
literally.
Man, it's crazy because I thought this was a disease majority of my life. A good 10 to 12 years, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And in America, of course, the route here is Ritalin, Adderall, Vyvanse, all that kind of stuff, right? Now, in college, as I was...
7 things that y'all got.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
We're going to hit 10 tonight.
I didn't want to interrupt
We're going to hit 10.
Yeah, we're going to get keep talking, Gersh.
We're going to get there.
Yeah.
So so I thought I had a disease my whole life. And when I was entering grad...
What is ADHD?
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, right? Now
They call it a disease. Is it a disease?
technically, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, compared to the DSV.
Saying it's a disease is crazy.
It's crazy. Crazy. I thought I was sick. That's why I need this medicine. But
That's 8 things. I thought I was sick, bro. They said I was sick.
I see I'm making 21, that's for sure.
Hey, we reached 10. We reached 10. All our podcast listeners get a free burger. There it is. There it is.
We might have to crank that.
Chick-fil-A.
Let's go.
But anyways, so again, I thought my whole life I had this disease. Then one day, while I was one of the TGIMs that I heard from you, E literally said, ADHD is not a disease. It's a gift from God to be able to outwork everybody around you if you learn how to use it. That was the day I went on Google Scholar. How do I control my ADHD without medications? I found the European French method of how they treat ADHD. Bro, they don't even talk about medication until you do everything else first.
What do they do?
Change your diet. When I got diagnosed with ADHD, I was eating Frosted Flakes, Pop-Tart, and a can of Coke. I'm not sitting down nowhere. You know what I mean?
You ain't got ADHD yet. Hopped up on the sugar,
You got sugar.
Yeah. So the first thing they said in that study was take out sugar, right? Start eating high fatty or bad fatty foods, things like fast food, right? They want you to drink water every hour, right? They want you to exercise 30 minutes to an hour every day. They want you to sleep good, right? Or improve your sleep. They want you to meditate and do breathing exercises, right? And then the craziest one that literally changed my life is they wanted you to train your ability to focus like a skill. My whole life, as I was diagnosed, not one doctor ever told me, yo, you got to train that sucker. You do be better. Wow. Right. And so in the study, they had this electrical device where you stick this thing on your head and you think a lot and it moves this ball through this maze. I was homeless. I ain't buying none of that. Right. So I switched it up. It's too fast. You broke it. Right. So I couldn't afford that machine. So I did two things. One thing that I love to do, and then another thing that I hated to do. Yeah. I need to be able to focus, right? In either way, like it or not, right? And so something that I loved, table tennis. Bro, I would Forrest Gump that sucker, and I would
You and Karl won.
We got that in common.
I don't know. Let's go. I don't know.
One.
You and Karl got one. Let's go.
Yeah.
But so I did ping pong. Originally, I could hit the ball 40 to 50 times, and I would get distracted.
Wow.
Every time on the teeth. Now, I utilize gamification as a gamer. I made it into a video game. Oh, my high score was 50 yesterday. I better beat 50, right? And so over time.
Oh, Lord, what'd you get to, Gersh?
I got 4.5 hours. Ping pong straight.
How much you said?
4.5.
Oh,
4.5. So that's 1,500 forehand, 1,500 backhand, 1,500 cuts, top spin, then top spin with the side spin to the right, top spin to the right, down to the left, down to the right. Then I'm doing back and forth, which is backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. Yeah. Then I'm doing backhand side to side. So I had to do backhand to one corner, to the other side, then come back. Then I would do forehand, the same thing, right? And after all that, then I'm going to slam the ball into the brakes, all right? Now, the people at the rec center hated me.
Yeah, for sure.
They hated me. So I did the ping pong boy, something that I love. Then the thing that I hated the most as someone with ADHD, I hated to read. Right? So I utilized gamification, and I bought this timer. In the beginning, 7 minutes only was like I would lose it.
Yeah.
Now, I worked my way up. After literally 3 months, I'm doing 15 to 18 hours a day.
What?
Yeah. Notre Dame Library basement. Now, as someone with ADHD, put yourself in the environment that you need to be in order to put in work. Right? And I literally would.
Notre Dame
if it was anybody other than Gersh, I'd be like Cap. But it's like, I 1,000,000% believe that.
I appreciate that.
And you trained it, yeah. And
I trained it.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming that you approached your PT when you started getting clients and stuff like that the exact same way.
So, Jesse Itzler, he talked about this where shout out to Jesse. And like, what's crazy is he said, if you do something for 8 minutes a day in 1 year, you're going to be in the top 20%. And then if you do it for 5 years, you're going to be in the 1%. 10 years, you'll be in the 111%, right? Yeah. And so I literally took that and I did 30 minutes to an hour every single day. Since I graduated, I do physical therapy and personal development, right? My mentor told me you're either growing or you're dying, and I choose growth. But that means I got to be intentional with my life and what my actions are on the daily. Yeah. Now, that consistency boy, nobody gonna beat me in that, you know. And I honestly do believe that because I put in that work in school and built that foundation of studying like nobody else before. You know, I won this academic award. Now, before grad school, I didn't win no academic awards ever in life. Yeah, even middle school when they get I didn't even get participation, bro.
Like you ain't participate, Gersh.
I really did.
I did get that, Gersh. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Got that one, Gersh.
Yeah,
but I thought it was gonna be a 9, but we still at 8.
Yeah.
It's cool. But what is it? So yeah, I ended up putting in that work and being consistent in it. And I graduated 10 years ago with my doctorate in physical therapy. Dang. And I've still been doing the same thing. But
that's in common with Maul. Maul was working out since he was 3 years old, so he's still been doing the same thing.
Being consistent. That consistent boy really changed my life because I was never consistent. I start something, I forget it. Yeah. Right? But then when I started getting around, you know, they say you become the average of 5 people you hang out with. Yeah. I cut out everybody in my life because they all, not trash, but they weren't where I'm trying to be. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And so my 5 people I hung out with YouTube mentors. Literally it was it was Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn on repeat. I cut out music. I cut out TV. I cut out radio. And it was only motivational personal development speeches or PT, one of those two. For like 4 years, I did that.
Did you study anybody in particular in PT?
In physical therapy.
Is there any like other celebrities in PT besides you? Or is it just you?
Judy Cito, who is Kobe Bryant's.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, was Kobe Bryant. Yep, rest in peace. Mike Menacea, who's LeBron's trainer.
Okay.
You know, and that kind of stuff. Now, Bruce Lee had a few Chinese medicine people.
Yep.
So I kind of saw what they did, you know, and created my own.
What's your philosophy, would you say, as it relates to like Eastern medicine, Western surgery?
That's good.
Holistic.
And like holistic? Because I feel like, I don't want to say what I feel like, but go ahead.
I'll say it this way. In Western medicine, our Aladdin medicine, which is like, you're sick, here's a pill for it, is very one-dimensional approach, where one-dimensional approaches don't work on multi-dimensional beings.
Okay.
Right? There's more to human beings than just, oh, it hurts, here's a pill, or we need to cut it. Right? There's few different aspects in that mix where, I'll even say this too, man. The Chinese were not wrong. They just had a different perspective.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have these things. Let me give you an example. We have these things called fascial lines. We have 11 pairs of them within our body.
Okay.
Literally, that's what connects the bottom of my foot to the back of my head. Wow. That's why your hamstrings connect to your back. Wow. You know, that's why your groin attaches to your hip flexor and your diaphragm and your ability to breathe. The Chinese have these meridian lines. Those fascial lines follow those meridian lines. Okay. And the meridian points where they do the acupuncture, the cupping, moxibustion, which is like this little candle thing that sucks up, that they use in Chinese medicine, those meridian points are fascial line intersections, right? Okay. So they were not wrong. They just had a different perspective. If I can go back to the first anatomist, I would take their scalpel, throw it away, and give them buckets of acids and bases and go through the layers. Then we can really appreciate how the human body truly works.
Yeah.
With the scalpel, it don't really work that well. Now, with surgeries and things like that here in America, they're a little bit too quick to pull the trigger. And there was this great viral video of this MIT neurosurgeon who just literally just came out. He used to work for MIT as a neurosurgeon 20 years.
Yep.
Then he quit, right? Because he realized, the people I'm doing spine surgeries to, they're not getting better. Well, they get a little better temporarily, but they always come back and they always need more drugs.
Sure.
So before he quit, though, he contacted all the people that didn't get the surgery but made 100% recovery. And he said the common factor between all of them had a way better diet than before. They drank water, as well as the electrolyte balance was on point, right? Then they were sleeping better or improving their sleep. They were doing light, moderate to heavy exercises, right? In different days, they would do light and different stuff like that.
Yeah.
They would meditate. And then the other part is breathing exercises. And then the lastly was reducing stress. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas here in America, our Western medicine specifically, cut it out.
Yeah.
You know, and the craziest part is like, you can't even hate the players. It's the game that's been messed up from the pharmaceuticals as well as these other big time groups that want to keep making money. And I ain't mad at that because shoot, I'm not making that kind of trillions of money. I don't want nobody to take that from me. You know what I mean? And I get it. But for the people, I mean, man, I think we could definitely do better in Western medicine and go to, well, Australia has better physical therapy than we do in America.
Really?
Yeah. So I use AI now to compare treatment protocols from around the world, and a lot of their stuff that I have to utilize, their gold standard for low back pain is not corticosteroid shot and Flexerol or muscle relaxer. It's hip stretches and Kegel exercises.
Really?
That's the thing that fixed my back when I got injured. You know what I mean? And so that just makes me wonder, like, you know.
How many things can be healed? And it's crazy because I had shoulder surgery several times, and I was still in pain. And I told Gersh, I was like, bruh, I'm just done with it. Like, and you know, I still don't have my full range of motion, but we talked about that. But I woke up in pain every day for years, like years. And my wife always used to be like, yo, you're a sicko. because you just wake up and you're in pain. Like, and I was like, yeah, I got used to it, right? Because I had a major
Part of
surgery.
life.
Then they told me, oh, you got to get another surgery, clean it out. You got bone fragments, you got this, you got that. And I got surgery a bunch of times. And then I went to Gersh and he was like, yeah, you do have a messed up shoulder, but let me show you a few things. And like I did probably 3 sessions? I did 3 sessions. I'm dead serious. I'm not blowing no smoke, nothing. Did 3 sessions and I've been pain free for the last 5 years. Like legit, like now again, I can't like, throw a football or shoot just yet. We're gonna work on that at some point. But like, and I'm like, yo, they would have told me to get surgery again. Oh yeah, get another surgery and we can, you know what I mean? And I'm not, again, obviously there's circumstances and situations
There's
where
a time and a place for surgery. I'm not saying don't never get surgery or take pills. I'm not
but I
saying
think
that at
it's
all.
just it's so crazy how much you can heal your own self. You know what I'm saying? If you put in the work or you understand what's going on. In terms of your stamina now, Gersh, one of the most psychotic things, I thought E was psychotic for getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and walking, talking with God.
We got
Gersh
one
gets
for that.
up, y'all, if you can believe this, and I'm going to see him doing it probably around this neighborhood or something in the morning.
In a couple of hours.
But tell us about the lunge routine.
So-
it's one of the craziest things, and then go work out.
Yeah, so actually, I'll say it this way. Kobe Bryant got up at 2:50 every day to outwork everybody else in the league. E.T. gets up at 3 o'clock to talk to God every single day. I ain't never going to catch up to E if I do exactly what E does. It's my job as a next generation
Right.
to go a little bit beyond.
Yeah,
Right? Every
sure.
generation does better than the last. Right? And giants are standing on the shoulders of other giants.
Yeah.
Right? And so
At what point, though, do we get in the time where it's like midnight?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, at some point,
3, 2, 1.
it's like, yo, I get up at 9 p.m., yo.
You ain't even sleep.
Who really messing with me? I mean, who
I'm
messing
getting
with
up at 9.
me? I'm getting up
Hey,
at 9.
I got you. I hadn't slept.
Yeah, I need.
That's
bro.
what we're just gonna get to.
Come on.
I don't sleep.
it's a commitment thing, right? And so if I say I'm going to do it, like Maul and his dedication, I got to do it. And I do my best. Now, do I have bad days? Sure. There's days where I'm sick or like my ankle's broken from the car accident. I can't do it, right? But I can do something, right? And so I'll get up at 2:50. I'll do my morning gratitude. I literally wake up and say 3 things I'm super thankful for.
Yeah.
And it'd be small too. It'd be dumb sometimes as well. I'd be thankful about a blanket I got, or I got toothpaste, because I didn't have that when I was
And
home.
Gersh, maybe hit back on that, because people gonna listen to that and say, okay, he wake up at 2:50, but he must be going to bed at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's been times you've been at my house.
Yeah.
We've stayed up to midnight.
Doing what?
Chilling, hanging out, talking about life.
That Korean whiskey. On that good Korean.
Drinking that sake.
Koreans got
racist.
soju, yeah.
And this dude will still get up
Yeah.
at 2:30,
Well,
or 2:50 rather. Like literally, I will hear the door in my house opening, the alarm going off. He still.
Be like, man.
first few times Maul said that, he got his gun thinking
I'm
someone
like,
came
bro,
to his
somebody.
house.
We just went to bed. I know this guy ain't getting up.
Hey, I text him when we was there for the parade.
Yeah.
We was like, it was probably like 5:36. I'm like, yo, Gersh, where you at? Oh, I'm over at the lake.
Bro, my neighbor one time, fired me. He was like, hey, buddy, I don't know if you know this, but it's an Asian guy outside your house carrying some weights. Bro, just down King Drive, bro.
Wow.
What we do? You were lunging down King Drive?
Yeah, so I'll get up and then I'll say 2:50.
Yeah.
I'll literally do my 3 things, gratitude, right? 3 things I'm thankful for,
Right.
3 things I'm super excited to overcome, and then 3 people I want to send good energy to. Then I'm talking with God, and then I'll go to the track or Maul's tennis court or the street, wherever I can, and I'll do half-a-mile lunges. Then after the half-mile lunges, I'll go
Like
then,
deep lunges, not no
Knees
like
gotta touch, baby.
Knees
Knees
gotta
gotta touch.
touch.
I'm just saying, for a regular human being like
Bruh.
myself, I do 10 and I'm pretty much screaming in pain.
Well, first of all, that's assuming I could do one and pop back up on that knee. That knee, my knees are not built for that.
Yeah, and so I do a half-mile lunges, then I'll work out
That's
from
twice
4
around the track if you
2
counting.
times. 400, that's 800. But what's crazy is the people I roll with, they're doing a mile in the same time I'm doing my half. You know what I mean? And
Exposure.
so I'm around these, as C always says, man, you gotta be around beasts to become a beast.
Man,
Right?
Mentality,
why you
bro.
think Maul prayed to be around me?
Yeah, but I was
So
that's why-
the lunges, and then y'all psychos up at Kango. Shout out to Kango,
Kango, baby.
the guys. And I know
Best gym in the world.
Toby always calls me
works
on
out
his
there.
way up
Yep.
there, and y'all go crazy in
Crazy.
crazy in there. So we do our family workout from 4:30 in the morning till 6 until our first. Well, they got their first class at 6, and then I have my first client at 6.
Yep.
And then we'll go until lunchtime, 12 or 1. Then we have a 3-hour siesta. Right? Gotta eat. Gotta chill. Gotta take a quick little 30-minute nap, boy. And then I go back to my evening clients.
there. Okay.
Hey,
So-
have him repeat that, cause that's loud.
Yeah. You say that part again, because we
Okay.
got the chopper going by. I'm gonna make sure everybody caught it.
Chop us out.
Yeah.
Hey, this real production outside, y'all. Y'all getting it live and direct.
Come on.
It's a real stuff. Yeah, so I'll do, let's see. That's the lunges.
Yep.
I do a half mile, then I'll go work out from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yep.
Then I'm going to see my clients from 6 a.m. to right around 12 or 1. Then I have a 3-hour siesta where I eat, chill, take a 30-minute nap.
So
sometimes
I
10.
thought siesta wasn't that.
Yep. but you know-
Siesta's chill.
well, all 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all 3. During that, I have a 2-3-hour time period.
Okay, just for downtime.
Relax,
Yeah.
chill out a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
because I mean, shoot, literally compared to a normal human being, I'm already past my
Yeah, for
nighttime,
sure.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I take a quick little nap and then I'll go back to my evening clients, come back home from dinner, I'll journal, I'll meditate, and then do some binaural beat stuff with frequencies, and then I'll go to sleep right around 9:30. 10, sometimes
Time you
11.
jump on that Tinder profile. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I just subtract, never check. That's right, never
Yeah,
check.
hold on. Yeah, you're missing
What's that?
something. I noticed a gap in your
He
schedule.
asked you what's Tinder.
Oh, just like a
little dead and hook
just-
up.
You searching for the
Tenderoni.
chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Little
A
tenderoni.
little chocolate search.
Right.
Willy Wonka.
Think about it, Ronnie. She's
Oh, sweet old girl. So then 9. So how many hours of sleep are you getting?
So every human being is different.
Yes.
Right. And
But we know you need sleep. And I
you
like,
need sleep.
And how many hours? Like, I know for myself, if I can, like, I got 4 the other day, and I'm right here. I was like last night, I'm good, but I'm tired as all get out. But I know if I get like 6.5, 7.
That's my sweet spot.
That's
Oh,
a
bro,
full day.
I feel
6
like,
to 7.
bro, I'm not finna get tired at all during the day. I don't need no naps. I don't need like nothing. Like if I get 7 hours, like, bro, I'm on like go mode until
That's
bedtime
crazy.
for sure.
For me, it just depends on the activity. Literally, I drove 2.5 hours to, do the prison. Went bonkers about 2 hours. Drove back. Went to sleep at 10. Got up at 1:30. I ain't been asleep since.
Wow.
It was something about going to that and being like in that
Energized.
environment.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Bro, it got
Fired
me
up.
just so
Yeah.
pumped. But just normally 5, I'm good.
Yep.
6, I'm like, okay, now it's like my back starting to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Little baby headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you gotta get up. My
Yeah.
back will really after about 6, my back will start bothering me.
Yeah.
So about 5.
Yeah.
Look at Gersh, like, back hurting like a what? Hurting like fix that right
you
now.
Like you need to get up. Like
Yeah.
you've been sleep. Like literally, like if
That
I
mean
had
you
one of
need
those
to be
days
stretching.
where, I'm just in the bed. Like you have one of those days.
Oh
where
no,
it's like,
for sure. I know exactly what you
100%.
mean.
Your
Yeah, I
body just
cannot
tighten
lay.
up.
I can't lay in the bed. If
Yeah,
I'm
I can't lay in
like,
the
yeah,
bed,
get
bro.
up, get
Especially
up.
flat. But for me, my golden number is 5.
Really?
5 hours of sleep. Now,
Okay,
I
that's
literally
9.
Hey, 9. There it is. There it is. 9.
That might be an ADHD thing. Like we only need 5. Yeah, y'all about to get these burgers. How much time we got left?
So y'all do 5 with a slight nap though.
Yeah, 5 with a slight nap. Now I could take it down to 3.5, but that's where I start cutting it close.
Now, y'all got to remember, these are 2 guys without no small children.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they a little
Different
different.
It is a little different.
Your little
for
sleep
sure.
reserve is different when you got kids.
Facts.
Yeah, no, 1,000% is different for sure. But yeah, I literally saw my dad while I was growing up
Yeah.
He would sleep 2 to 3 hours every night. He'd get up, he would talk to God for a long time, then he would just read all his Christian books. The books that we have in my dad's...
The Bible?
All Christian books.
Yeah, they got a lot of Christian books.
good. Oh,
for real?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. They can go on for hours and hours and days and
I
days.
didn't know you was allowed to have another book.
No, that's good.
Stick with the one.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
I like that
How
a
many
lot.
Christian
Because
books
all
are
the
there?
books, all
That's
other
a
books
lot.
is based
Yeah,
off of
that
that
book.
book.
The original.
I would that, and that's why I don't need to read them.
No, that's
Stick with the
facts.
OG.
Yeah,
I like
That's
that.
facts.
Especially like our version of Christianity that we grew up with.
facts.
Man, we got hundreds of thousands
More
of books.
than enough.
Yeah, more than enough. 1,000%. Way more than
How
enough.
many of them did Carl read?
A lot of them.
Probably a lot.
A lot.
The secret behind the secret. The secret behind the secret. That was
Behind
behind
the secret.
Man, let me find
Bible
out somebody
behind the
to-
Bible.
Yeah, somebody to remix the Bible.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so, I mean, I saw my dad grow up
Yeah.
like that. I tried doing the 3. If I sleep less than 3.5, I can't think as top level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
that's good.
clients don't deserve that. I'll
Yeah.
actually stay in.
Yeah.
Now, there's days I can't sleep all night. Maybe I
Yeah.
took caffeine too late, or I'm just pumped up about some.
Yeah.
You know, usually if I'm pumped up, I'll get up no matter what, or I'll just go work out. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock. No one should be at the gym, right? I got
Yeah.
the keys. But yeah, for the most part, like 5 hours is all I need.
I want to, before we close up, I want you to share. Carl came back bragging about all the stuff you did at his conference.
my
And
gosh.
you know what I'm saying? One of the things was, you know, I know you've had issues with anxiety in the past, right? And like, you've talked
Yep.
about that. One, can you teach us? I want to educate. I'm giving them a free session right now.
Man,
Come on.
So-
see, hooking you up.
Come on.
I want you to give us a breathing technique that we can do right now.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with that. Let's just start there. Give us a breathing technique for the guys as we're here. Man, it's a beautiful, gorgeous night. We at E's crib. We're doing the podcast. Give us one quick breathing exercise. And those of you watching or listening, whatever, and if you're driving, we got to close our eyes. I don't know if we got to
Please.
close our eyes or not. But y'all do this breathing exercise with us because Gersh did this at Carl's.
Yeah, I actually gave them a whole bunch of different types of breathing techniques because there's going to be one breathing technique that your body and your
Okay.
frequency works best.
Well, let's just do one for now.
just a general basic
101 breathing for your anxiety as you feel like you're stressed and overwhelmed and you need to ground yourself.
Okay.
Come
For grounding method.
Yeah, and sound it out to everybody not watching.
Okay. So the first one that I learned, okay, is going to be a 3-step process.
Okay.
It's going to be belly, chest, and then the last little accessory, and then we're breathing it all out together. Okay. Now I need you in a better posture. Don't do it like this because you're training your
Get the
diaphragm.
1-pack ready. We got to go here first.
Ready.
Yeah.
Bring it from the bottom.
One side.
And Gersh, actually, before you go there, I don't even think people really understand. A lot of people don't inhale the way they're supposed to. Just
Yeah.
basic
On a
breathing.
daily
Yeah.
basis.
Like inhale and fill your diaphragm. Like your
Diaphragm.
stomach should come out. as
Gersh
you
will
inhale.
cuss you out if he finds you stretching or doing anything and not
Without
breathing.
breathing.
He'll
Gotta
say
always
to me all
breathe.
the time, you stretching, are you breathing when you're stretching?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
why does he always say that? And then I'll be stretching and be like,
Nah.
yeah, you know what? I forgot to breathe. Straight up. Like, seriously, it's little things like
Yeah,
that.
and
that
that's a
you do.
coping mechanism. You know, I mean, that's
For sure.
a body's protective mechanism to like do
course.
that. But in reality, it's actually harming us, right? And so
Why do we hold our breath as a protective mechanism?
we call it a Valsalva maneuver. It's to increase abdominal pressure in order so that we can create pressure to feel like we're building something. But in reality, it actually causes more issues.
So like my son, I always tell him to breathe when we're in the gym, he's doing his push-ups. I can see he's holding his breath the whole time. And I'm like, yo, breathe. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's like
Yeah,
there's
that's the
comfort
natural way to
in-
do
yeah,
it.
To
some
do
kind
it.
of way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
All right, we're ready. One pack.
Okay, so hand over your belly, hand over your chest, okay? So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna increase our belly size as big as you can. We're gonna bring our chest up as big as our can.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
Hey.
It's your moment.
Hey.
Body try. Let's go.
Praise God, he on the pass.
Right.
He on the pass. Yeah, you don't see none of that. Right. Yeah. You don't see none of that.
Not now.
That's North Carolina State.
Yeah, he been killing it lately. I'm just saying.
All right, here we
I just
go.
wanted to see if he
I
can get
can
it
still
back.
get a little something.
I got you. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, we're gonna
You
fill
ready?
our
All right.
belly to the fullest, then our chest, and then the last little bit here, and then we're gonna let it all out
We need
together.
good posture, though.
Good posture, chest open.
All right, come on.
Ready? We're gonna open the belly up. Do it in 3 seconds. Chest, and then accessory, and then. Okay, again, belly, chest, and then accessory, and then. We got 30 of these, okay?
30.
Wait.
That's the bare minimum. Now we will keep going, okay? So the reason why we got to do 30,
Big Mama a little lightheaded.
if you do get lightheaded, you got to extend your exhalation by probably a little bit
It was
longer.
that last. I keep forgetting, and I already had full time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is
Okay.
easier when you are laying down on your
Okay.
back with your legs and your foot flat with your knees kind of hooked up. We call it hook line. Than sitting. There isn't a different grade of difficulty because now in this position, our diaphragm and our pelvic floor is going against gravity. So it will be a little
And
bit
what is
tough.
this doing for us?
So one, it is activating our parasympathetic system, which is our rest and digest system. Most of us are on the fight or flight all day, right? And that's where our breathing is shallow, but that's where cortisol or stress is released. If you want to reduce stress, you want to feel better or even reduce pain, these basic diaphragmatic breathing exercise, belly, chest, accessory, and doing it 30 plus. I like to do 30, hold your breath, inhale as deep as you can, hold your breath, do another 30, then hold your breath, 30, hold your breath, hold your breath. And that's one cycle, right? And I do this 3 times a day.
And how long can you hold your breath now?
I mean, if I'm doing the Wim Hof stuff, I've held my breath for 7 to 8 minutes. It's crazy. I didn't die. I thought I was dying.
The first time he said it at the event, I'm like,
7
Gersh,
to
okay,
8
let
minutes.
me talk to you for
How
a
long
minute,
did Wim Hof
Gersh.
hold his breath?
I think he held it for like 16 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wim Hof is crazy. But he's the person that put breathing on the
Oh
map.
yeah, no. I know. I've seen documentaries and stuff about my man.
He's
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
But he utilizes a Himalayan breathing technique, the Wim Hof Method. These Himalayan monks are using this stuff.
Okay.
Right? And what's crazy about them is that they have this event in this Himalayan monk group where they go into the Himalayas, then they put wet blankets over them, right? But the breathing technique that they utilize or Wim Hof uses increases your core temperature. So they're on top of the Himalayas, wet blankets.
Yep.
Give me the temperature up there, you think?
Oh man, that temperature is probably, bro, it's probably 2 degrees, if not minus
It's
15 or
freezing.
20, bro, in that range, right?
I want people to get context.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Wim Hof has hiked that sucker barefooted before.
Wow.
In the middle of a winter storm. Yeah, Wim Hof is crazy like that, right? But, so that breathing technique increases your core temperature. Their whole thing is, it's gonna dry out those blankets, and it does. The person with the most blankets at the end of the night, dried, is like the king of the monks for a while.
Could you imagine that?
No, I can't.
Yeah. So
That's insane.
So what's crazy is what I was teaching these guys at the conference is that you can control your frequency and your energy through just basic breathing techniques. Now, a really cool thing that was recently discovered is your electromagnetic field is influenced by oxygen, right? Oxygen has polarity, meaning it has a positive side and a negative side, right? The positive is on the oxygen, and then the hydrogen has a negative.
Yep.
When you increase your red blood cells with oxygen, you increase the polarity, meaning you increase your frequency, right? I've seen people do breathing exercises and reduce majority all the mood disorders out there, right? Which is crazy, right? And don't work for everybody, and you got to find the thing that works for you.
Yeah.
But those breathing exercises and understanding how to control your energy and what can harm your energy or what can add into your energy to create a higher frequency or your highest frequency you can emit is what we try to go for. Now, the diaphragmatic breathing I learned from yoga, Hatha yoga, which is the original style of yoga, right? Today's yoga is kind of the Richard Simmons aerobic class with yoga moves with the hand clamshells and all that. But this new breathing technique stuff from Hatha yoga, from Hinduism, that's the breathing technique I just showed you guys. But they do basic minimum of 30.
Really?
Right?
Every day?
I mean, 3 times a day,
Every
if
day,
not
3 times
6.
a day.
Yeah, 3 to 6 times a day.
As soon as you wake up.
Soon as you wake up, you want to do like energetic, right? Yeah, exaggerated. And another thing, if you want to increase your brain power, wake up in the morning. If you brush your teeth with your right hand, start out with the left, right? Then you're going to do the 30 exaggerated breaths. And then you're going to tell yourself 9 times one affirmation statement. You start your day like that, that will change the game for a lot of different things, right? But if the breathing is not there, the affirmations is not there, it makes everything else a lot more difficult. And that's kind of the stuff we were teaching these guys. And the craziest part is I was just teaching them different like techniques about how to control your energy and meditate. And then these guys asked me for a meditation retreat. So that is in the works now.
Come on.
Man, it's crazy. Like me and Karl and the great Adam Down.
Come on.
Yo, good homie,
My
bro.
brother.
He's a genius.
Dr. Down.
He's a genius.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He's been cooking up a program for these guys that's going to help them, man, become more connected with themselves and other people around them, right? As well as the world, and help you awaken who you truly are and be in that mode and know how to use the tool.
Get together. Oh, Lord.
Bro, let me tell you something. I put these jokers on a FaceTime call, see?
Oh, man.
Bro, I'm talking about both of them jokers. I could not get a word in.
My 2 doctors.
Literally.
Like legit.
Literally.
The 2 dudes I call.
Man.
Like, yeah. No, it's insane, man. We could probably go for hours. But we'll save some. But let the people know, Gersh, how to reach you. Let them know. Yeah, I know you got your IG.
Yeah.
If y'all listen, I don't know if you're taking clients. I hope not, because you don't want you to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be dodging our calls. But anyway, but just let anybody who wants to contact you, follow you, let them know where to get you at.
For sure. My social media in itself is at GERSHKIM. Or you can find me on my website, www.maxlevelrx.com. If you're ever in Houston, please hit me up. And then I can also show you guys the Congo gym, who literally has shown me a blueprint of how to become functionally strong. And these guys are geniuses. As someone that's been trained in theology.
Shout out to Basha.
Basha,
Basha, he came to Saturday Night Live with us.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, my guy.
Shout out to Doe.
Yeah, he's
the whole
getting
family.
huge too.
Oh, he's getting thick.
Yo, he was like thin, like in shape for sure, but like thinner. And then like I see him on the gram and I'm like, yo.
He's bulking up, and now he's like doing 5-plate deadlifts and things like that.
He's
I mean,
like A5 all day, every day. I'm like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, but yeah, at Congo, that is the best gym. Come work out with us. Definitely take a class while you're in Houston, because you ain't gonna find a gym like this in the entire world. The energy is top notch, for sure. And energy never lies. I mean, these are some of the realest, most down-to-earth human beings I've ever met, like you guys. I mean, I'm so grateful and honored to have people like you guys in my life. Man, don't cry, Gersh.
Girl. Come on. Come on, that's 10. He left. That's 10. Yeah, he's a crier. You know what I'm saying?
But you can reach me on there. Now, I'm going to do something special. If you join the Patreon, I'm on there. I've been on that.
Come on.
You reach out to me on Patreon, I will contact you.
Come on, Gersh.
You know what I mean? Come talk to me on the Patreon.
Yes.
Join the family.
Yes.
Because, man, first off, man, seeing it on Wednesday versus Thursday, way better for me. You know what I mean? I got to hang out with family earlier.
Can you do a couple videos for us for Patreon that we can post up in that joint? Like a couple, you know what I'm saying?
I can do something like that.
Okay.
For sure. I could definitely do that. I mean, at least some stuff with like how to control your energy frequency, or shoot, we'll let the people decide what you guys, based off what we heard today. You know what I mean? I'm
100%.
happy to do that for the family. Like I said, I've been a part of the family before I even knew these guys. I started showing up. But one, I started working on myself first.
There you go.
And then now,
there you go.
Once I was ready, that's when how these guys started to really be a part of my life. And I'm just mad grateful for each and every single one of you, man. I got nothing but love for each one of you.
And it's a lot more, y'all. The way you show up for our dads, you know, both of our fathers,
whole family.
You know, it's been incredible. Whole fam, you know, just man, like. The stories go on and on, but we're gonna spend some family time here and get in the pool and hang out.
You guys changed my life. You guys are family. So
of course.
Get back.
Of course. Go to Patreon, like Gersh said, S2S Podcast. Download the Patreon app. Jump on there. We're doing some really dope stuff over there. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Anybody got any announcements?
Bro, I just want to thank you.
Yeah.
You know, just not like I said, exposure. You know, I talk about that all the time, and just. You know, we talk about relationships, you know, previous podcasts. And look at how this relationship has blossomed. You know, so, appreciate you, man. Appreciate your work, bro. Appreciate you working in your gift.
And I'm glad the world is starting to take note, because I was like, dog, I never, like, listen to what I'm telling you. Every bit the genius that he is, you know what I'm saying? That you know, you see these people at the highest level, like, it's literally the absolute highest level, man, and you master your craft, and not only that, you do it with such a, you know, humility and a spirit of excellence and the spirit of God, man. It's incredible to watch, you know what I'm saying? So thank you, brother. Love you, man.
I just like I use my hands, man.
Come on. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.